Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Trust you're good. So today we are going to be learning how to draft a bustier for people that are busty, a bustier for plus size people. There's difference between being busty and being large or being fat. There's some persons they are slim but they are busty. There's some persons they are large or they are big but they are not busty. So in today's video we are going to be considering we're going to be considering different angles. When I talk about being busty, I'm referring to those ones that they are busty. That I'm talking about those that have full breast. They can be slim, they can still be fat. Some slim persons are busty and there are some fat persons they are not. So if you want to know if someone is busty, you have to check the difference between the bust circumference of that person and the person's under bust. If the difference between the bust circumference of the person and the under bust of the person is more than 7 inches, that means the person is busty. So people that are fat, you need to also check if they are busty, because some persons are fat but at the front they don't have full breast, but when you measure them, because of their body mass, they tend to have, by the time you finish taking their bust circumference, their body mass will add to the measurement and you'll be getting 45, 46. But when you check their breasts, they are not really busty. So those kind of people are not busty. But then you can see some slim persons, they are very slim but at the front they have full package. Yes, so that kind of people, they are busty. So we are going to be considering the difference and how to go about drafting for them. For those people that are busty, that have full breast, it's always, people find it difficult making bustier for them. They find it difficult getting their cup size. So that is what you are going to be treating today. And if it is what you want to learn, if you are interested, kindly watch this video to the end. And if you're new here, you're highly welcome. This is GB Fashion World, where we learn pattern drafting, free and cutting, and sewing as well. So you are highly welcome. So hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And please share this video with your friends that are into fashion as well. Thank you. Let's get started. So to get started, I have some measurement written out here. I have the person's bust circumference as 44 inches, the person under bust circumference as 35 inches. So the difference between the person's bust circumference and under bust circumference from these two measurements is 9 inches. So obviously the person is busty. So bust circumference 44 divided by 4 will give us 11. Under bust circumference 35 divided by 4 will give us 8.75. Waist circumference 36 divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. Nipple to nipple measurement is 10 divided by 2 will give us 5 inches. This is the shoulder measurement of the person, which is 16 divided by 2 will give us 8 inches. Shoulder to the bust point of the person is 11. Shoulder to the under bust is 15.5. Shoulder to the waist is 18 inches. So we are going to be considering a lot of things. So if the difference between the person under bust and bust circumference is 1 to 4, is below average. If it is 5 to 7, average. And if it is 7 and above, 8 and above, is above average, is obvious that the person is busty, whether the person is slim or the person is fat, the person is busty. So we should stop mixing it together. Some people are fat but they are not busty, they have small breasts, so they are not busty. Some people are slim but they have full breasts, so those people are busty. So we're not talking about fat people, we're talking about people that are busty. So 1.4 1 to 4 average, below average, 5 to 7 average, 8 and above average. So it's obviously the person is busty. So I'm going to be using this, I'm going to be showing you different on how to go about it while drafting for people that have the difference as 1 to 4, people that have 5 to 7, and 8 and above, which is the one we are doing today. So I'm going to show you everything that you need in drafting your bustier, in getting cup size for each persons. So let's get started. So the next thing we are going to do, this is my starting point line. So I'm going to mark all my vertical measurements, shoulder to bust point 11, shoulder to under bust is 15.5, shoulder to waist is 18 plus 1 inch, sewing allowance 19. So I'm going to rule all the lines. So as you can see, I'm done marking. This is bust point, this is under bust, this is the waistline, and the joining allowance. So the person's shoulder is 16 divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. So we'll mark, come down by 1 inch, the shoulder slope, and then we are going to get the person's armhole. To get the person's armhole, 44 divided by 6, okay, should be around 7.5, around that. Then plus 2 inches, because this person is a plus size, is going to be 9.5. So 9.5 is our armhole circumference. So we're going to mark like this. Then for here, mark 3.5, and then connect the person's shoulder slope. So this is what I have. So when you're done, to get the person's armhole mark the person's armhole circumference, we need to add the 1/4 of the person's waist bust circumference, which is 11 inches, which is here. 44 divided by 11, you get the half of this point. Then come inward by 3/4 or 1 inch. Since you are working with a plus size, you can come inward by 1 inch and then connect. So connect like so with our armhole curve. Armhole curve. Did you see that? So connect. So the next thing we are going to do, is to mark the darts. So now, to mark the darts for or plus size. Okay, to mark the dot, if the difference is 1 to 4, we can use 1.5. We can use 1.5 or even 2. So if the difference 1.5 or 2, 1.5 is okay. For this, you can use 2 to 2.5. For this, you can use 2.5 and above, 2.5 or 3 inches, 2.5 or 3 inches. For this place, we'll be making use of, so we're making use of 3 inches for this because the percent difference is around 9 inches. So we'll be making use of 3 inches. You can still make use of 2.5, is okay. So from here, I'm going to mark the person's waist circumference. The person's waist circumference is 9 inches. 9 inches. And adding the 3 inches, we'll have something like this. Okay, let's use 2.5 instead. Let's use 2.5. You'll have something like this. Then you connect. Did you see? So I used 2.5. So the person's nipple to nipple is 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we are going to mark 5 on the bust point. Mark 5. Mark 5 on the under bust. And also mark 5 here. Then you connect. So note that I added 2 inches, 2.5 inches as the dart on the waistline. So on the waistline, I am going to take 1 inch towards the side because this side is smaller, and take 1.5 towards the side, making it 2.5. Did you see that? Making it 2.5 on the bust point. Please pay attention to this. We are going to come down by 2 points to create the scope. To create the scope, we are going to come down by either 2 inches or 2.5 inches. 2 or 2.5 inches for the one. Okay, let me explain. If you're working, if the difference is 1 to 4, you can use 0.75 or 1 inch. You can come down by 1 inch just to create that curve. If it is this, you can use 1 inch to 1.5 as well. For this one, you can use 1.75 to 2.5 just to create the scope. Please don't ask me where I got all this formula. I didn't get it anywhere. It's the formula that I've been using and is working for me. So you can as well try it out, and please give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. So you can use 0.75 or 1 for this, just to give room for the cup. You can use 1.5 if you are working with the value 5 to 7 inches. If it is 8 and above, you can use 1.75 to 2.5. So for this one, we are going to be making use of 2.5, but it's always advisable you make use of 2 to 2.5. If it is above 10, like 10, 11, 12, you should use 3 inches. Use 3 inches. This is going to give space for the cup, going to create room for the cup. So you can use 2 to 2.5. If it is more than 11, 12, please use 3 inches. So from here, I will come down by 2.5. I'll come down by Okay, I will come down by 2 instead. I think 2 is okay. If it's up to 10, you can use 2.5. So 2 inches is okay. 2 inches is okay. So from there, I'm going to connect. From that 2 inches, I'm going to connect. And also connect here. So I'm also going to connect. This is going to give room. If you start from this bust point and mark, okay, let's check. If you start from this bust point to mark this like this, did you see? If you mark like this, did you see to this point? And also mark like this from the bust point to this point, you will find out that this cup will be very small. If you connect from this bust point straight down to this and connect from here straight down to this, the cup will be small. There will not be room for the breast to fit into the cup. If you start from this bust point, you trust me, if it's a plus size you are sewing for, it will not come out well. It will not. If it's a small size, even if you start from the bust point, it will not affect. I've done a lot of video on this channel where I started from the bust point. So because the person I'm sewing for is a small size person, so if you start from the bust point and connect, there's no problem for a small size. But if it's a plus size, please don't do this. Create room for the cup to relax. So that is the reason why I'm giving you all this formula, so that you won't make that mistake, or you won't have problem, you won't have any issues. So having done this, the next thing is to contour the underbust. How do we contour the underbust? I've done a video on that. So on the underbust circumference, we have 8.75. So 8.75 is the, so from here I will mark is the 1/4 of the underbust. So from here to here is 4.5 to this dart leg. I will take the 4.5 to the other dart leg, and then measure mark my 8.75, which is here. 8.75, which is 1/4 of our underbust. So whatever excess I have here, I have 1 inch excess. I will connect it. I will share it at this both sides to eliminate that excess, and then contouring the underbust. I've done this before in this channel, but I'm going to repeat this thing again. So from here to here is 4.5. From that point from 4.5, put it here. Measure your 1/4 of your underbust circumference, which is here, 8.75. Whatever excess you have, which is 1 inch, you measure, then share half here, just to eliminate the 1 inch excess, and then use your curve, or you can use your hand, and then connect. So this is called the contouring method, and this will give a good fitting at the underbust of the person. So you connect, and then you also connect. So we have you can see we have contoured the underbust. The next thing is to work on the upper part of this. I'm going to be making a princess dart, but you can also make a normal straight dart. So I'm going to be using princess dart to demonstrate this. So I'm going to get half of the armhole of this person, or you can come down by 5 inches or 6 inches. So I'm going to come down by 5 inches. Sorry, let me use 5.5. I'm going to come down come down by 5.5, which is here, and then connect to the bust point like this. Connect to the bust point. So We haven't done that. We are going to be taking that. So for here, we're going to be taking that of 2 inches. Okay, let me still explain. For this one, you can decide to take that off 1 inch, which is half inch here, half inch here. For this one, you can take that of 1.5, which is 0.7 here, 0.7 here. For this one, you can decide to take, you will take that of 2 inches, which is 1 here, 1 here. I hope it's clear. So I'm going to mark 1 inch at both sides, 1 inch here. So making it 2 inches. So from here, I'm still going to come up by 2 inches. Please come up by 2 inches. If you came down here by 2 inches, please come up by 2 inches. We are creating room for the bust, or for the breast, yes. So we're going to connect our dart. We're going to connect our dart. Did you see? We are going to connect our dart. Did you see that? So I haven't connected this dart, so we used 2 inches. So here we are going to go up by 2 inches just to replace these 2 inches. Just to replace these 2 inches. So you are going to go up by 2 inches. Go up by 2 inches, which is here, 2 inches. So this 2 inches is always advisable you add it back. Please add it back, which is here. That 2 inches, you add it back to avoid the shortage and all of that. So you connect like this. So please add it back. Did you see that? So you're going to connect this part. So you're going to be connecting the new armhole. So with this, you connect your new armhole. Do you see that? So you add it back to connect the new armhole. So this is what we have now. As you can see, this is what we have. Let me turn it like this. You just see what we have. We have created enough cup, and we have made enough room for the breast to stay in. Did you see that? So having done that, the next thing we are going to do is, I normally do this. I come here and come inward by 0.5. Sorry, yes, 0.5. Did you see? Just to connect this point to this point. Just to connect this point. 0.5, and then connect this point to this point. Please don't make it too curvy. Connect this point to this point. And use your hand to do that. This is going to help eliminate. This is going to help eliminate excess around here. It's going to help you eliminate that, because most times when you are done, you will find out that there is an excess here. So I usually go inward by 0.5 inch, and then make a curve just to eliminate any excess there. So with this, you can see what we have. So this is how you are going to draft a bustier for a plus size. So I'm going to cut off all this side. Did you see? I'm going to, so for a bustier, you want to make an off the shoulder bustier. You all know how to do that. I have a video on how to make the off shoulder bustier on this channel. I will link it. So just do the normal off shoulder and use this method that I showed you. Do the normal off shoulder and use this method. You want to do a shoulder bustier, use the same method. I hope it's clear. So this is what I have. So okay, let me just mark the neckline. Okay, the neckline will be 3.5 by 3.5. So if you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please do want to share this video, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. So we'll go into the cutting process now. So as you can see, this is what I have. So let me label it. This is the center front. We'll just cut it on fold, as you can see. You cut it on fold, add your seam allowance of half inch, and this is the center front. This is the side seam for the front. You will add your half-inch seam allowance all around, and then maybe 1.5 or 2 inches for your side seam allowance. This is side seam for the front. So this is what I have. So let's see the pattern. Did you see? So let's check. This is the underbust. Okay, matches together. Let's see if this two matches together. So from here to here to the bust point matches together, and from here to those points, as you can see, matches together. Let's try it again. Did you see this 2 point? This is the bust point. Okay, let me just, this is the bust point, under bust line. This is the bust point line. So from here you sew from the underbust. I used to start from the underbust to sew first. Start from the underbust, sew through. Now did you see to the bust point? Did you see it matches together to the bust point? The two bust point matches together, the two underbust matches together. So if you follow this method, it's going to work for you. So did you see? Then let's see, and then you sew to those points, it matches together. Did you see that? So that is how you are going to sew it, and then you will achieve a good result. Please, if you have any question, drop it for me on the comment section. If you have any video requests for me, please let me also know in the comment section. You can join us on all our social media handle, on Instagram, on Facebook page, Facebook group at GB Fashion World. Thank you for joining me today. Please share this video to other persons. Thank you. See you in the next class. Bye.